everyone, it's Brianna Rae from BriIY, here to bring you something a little bit more vloggy than tutorial-y, and maybe super niche and specific, because I'll be honest with you, I'm a little behind on filming, but I've got a lot of projects that I've promised friends to do. I have birthdays coming up and things, so I feel like there's going to be just kind of a lot of craft with me's for birthdays and stuff coming up. But today's actually kind of specific. Today is focused on creating a prop for a musical. So very recently I was in 9 to 5, based off of the movie from the 80s that starred Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin. I did play the part that Dolly Parton had in the movie, so it was a very exciting experience for me, and I really loved it. But I have a friend of mine who was doing the same production and reached out to me and asked if I had a certain prop that I used in the play still. I do not, unfortunately, still have it. But I do remember how it was made. So I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of take you through the process of making this prop with me and just kind of chit-chatting a little bit about that. So the prop that we're making today is a fake like branding iron that's gonna have like a double D logo on it because you know, Dorley, the character that Dolly Parton had, is said to have big boobs, so it's supposed to be kind of a pun. So I'm going to be making like a fake looking branding iron out in the same kind of style of the one that I had, just using some of the materials I have at home, which includes this piece of wood. I have the materials here to kind of cut out something a touch more custom, so that is what I'm going to do. Oh, and it's attached to like an extra long screwdriver, and you know, those just kind of lay around in a lot of people's houses. I got like a 2-pack or whatever, so I'm just going to use the second one from that 2-pack and we should be good to go. I'm going to cut this out with a scroll saw, and I'm going to use my laser cutter with some thinner 3mm basswood to create the details. Super easy to do. I just created my circle shape that I needed. This is about 2.5 inches, and I found this very simple like double D logo. I'm gonna head over here into Laser GRBL, file, open file. In my downloads, I'm gonna do the circle first. You can see I have all my details here. Line-to-line tracing is not necessary. I'm actually just gonna vectorize it. No, centerline it. God, it's so funky. I hate when it like does that thing where it kind of goes off to the end. Wonder if I change this, if it's gonna be a little more. It actually did help. Okay, great. The brightness somehow fixed that for me. So I'm gonna go next. And I need this to be, again, 2.5 inches, so I'm gonna double check the millimeters on that. All right, 2.5 inches is 63.5 millimeters, so I've got that figured out. I've got my settings set up. I'm going to do 300, and we're gonna do a couple of passes. So we're gonna hit create, and it's going to pop it over here. Now it's time for me to turn my laser on. So you can see I got my little setup here. Everything's set. I'm using scrap wood that I've already used for another project. And I'm gonna head in here and I'm gonna make sure I have it connected. I believe this is COM8. There we go. That is the sound of connection, baby. Let's go. And now I'm going to kind of go to the corner of the design here, and I'm gonna focus the laser so that I can see where it is. It's clearly way too down low for some reason, so I need to get it kind of up into the wood a little bit more so I'm gonna move it around a bit. And that's pretty good for me. So this is where I'm gonna reset my corner. And up here, this is your 0 point, so I'm gonna set 0 point. And now when I click corner or center, it's gonna go to the center of where the design is. You can see it's right there. And then when I hit corner, it should take it back to that point that I just set. And it is. Perfect. Hope you're not too dizzy. Now I'm going to frame it real fast just to make sure that I'm not like overlapping on anything. I'm sure I'm not, since it's a super simple shape, but let's do it anyway. So when I hit the frame button, it'll just kind of go around the square of where this whole bit is going to be. It is a touch along the edges, but that's fine with me. So I'm gonna head over here. I'm gonna go up to my passes over here, and I'm gonna do 3 for convenience sake. Hit that play button, and my glasses are on, so we're good to go. And you can't see very well, but it has started my process for me. The double D is going right now. I did only do 3 passes. I wish I would have done 4 or 5 because it just barely didn't make it through on some of the tiniest parts. So I'm just gonna sand some of the ugly bits off the end. That way, no splinters. while this is cutting, I'm gonna go take this out to my scroll saw. I don't really like to film out there just because it's kind of dark and scary and ugly. So I'm gonna just link up here a video to the last time I used my scroll saw. It's very simple. It's basically a saw that kind of moves up and down in front of you, and you just kind of move the wood around. So I'm gonna go just cut out this tinier circle really quickly. That way they can layer up, and this is just a tiny bit wider. See, this is about the size of this circle. So this one's just a touch tinier on the inside and a little bit thicker. I hate when my laser cutter gets like this, because I know what causes it. It's the fact that my wood is sitting uneven, but thankfully this is a nice straight line. So let's just cut through that really quickly and just complete the cut through that is missing here. So this guy should pop right out, super easy, cute. This guy took a little extra effort, but he's good. And it's getting painted black anyway, so who cares? Huzzah. And as you can see here, whoop, done. Super easy peasy. We've got a circle, we've got another circle. So together we've got this kind of layered look. And then right on the other side of it, we're gonna have our D's right in the center. I'm gonna take my two ugly sides, not that it totally matters. Got my little E6000 right here in the middle. I'm gonna just squeeze a good chunk of that, just where I can. There we go. I don't think I'll need it much else. If this is being used in the way that mine was being used, I really don't want to mess with it. Take the other ugly side and squish it down. Oh wait, I forgot. Hot glue. Intermingle it elsewhere. That. Gorilla Hot Glue is incredible. If you don't use it, you really should. All right, so we're gonna go for this just kind of plain iron look, like I had in my picture. Obviously, I could kind of go and make this look a little more molten, but I don't know how necessary that is. And if someone really wants to, I'm sure they can add that detail, but I did it to my other one. I didn't love the way it looked. It just wasn't as realistic as I maybe would have liked for it to be. So I'm just gonna come around here with a plain black paint, and I might dab over top of it with like, picking just like a really dark brown. Okay, here's kind of our first layer, relatively dry, nice matte. I have a little bit of black left, and I do think it's more of a gray, but I think I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna use just the tiniest little bit of like this, hold on, just the tiniest touch of white, and I mean little touch. So there's not a lot of paint in there. Kind of intermingle that together to kind of create more of a slate gray. Maybe just a touch lighter. So little. Yeah, like that. And I'm gonna actually brush it on here, the sponge, and I'm gonna dab. I also got this royal gold. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I'm not gonna wash my brush in between, but I'm really gonna dab it off so that's really just like the lightest little touch. I ended up doing a little bit of stippling on the inside with a brush to kind of get some of the nooks and crannies, and I still didn't get all of them, but I think it looks a lot better. Yeah, I think it looks great. I sent it to my friend and he seems to be liking it already. I think he's more impressed with the speed with which I get things done, but you know me, I operate quickly. So I'm gonna let this kind of dry overnight. That way when I drill through this to attach the handle tomorrow, the glue will be dry and I'll just have to worry about letting that glue dry. And then I will be sending it off to its new home. Check this baby out. We are on day 2. Everything is all dry and it is time to paint this baby black. This is a 12-inch screwdriver. This is actually even longer than the one that I had for my show. I think mine must have only been about 10. But we're just gonna be snappy and paint this with that same black paint that I painted the head with. So 3, 2, 1. Look at that, so matte and pretty. Still drying in some knobbly areas, but overall pretty good. Look at that, is the vision coming together? You see what we're going for here? Oh yes. So face down, E6000 has to be dry by now. Make sure I'm going the right way. And I'm gonna find just the relative center. I'm not gonna be too picky about it. Now we can, in theory, shove this baby in. Were any of you surprised to see that I had a pink drill? I mean, I hope not, because like that's entirely my brand, and of course the little mini E6000s always kind of glue themselves together. Can I? Oh, I got it. Nice. Pro tip for you: definitely get your E6000 in these mini tubes from the Dollar Tree. Okay, now I'm gonna. This thing's so long, I actually have to move my camera so that I can stick it in this way. All right, got it in there. Really, you can see I got a little pattern on me from where the paint's still just a touch wet. Got that in there, and I've got my hot glue so I can reinforce the edges. Pro tip that may or may not backfire: whenever I just need a little bit of paint for a teeny tiny little touch-up or project like this, I just squirt it in the cap so I don't need to dirty a palette or anything. Something like that. Then I can flip this over and cover up that glue. And that is how you make a brand. I don't even know if there's realistically a decent way to show this off. I don't know if there is. Yeah, fun little project. I don't know really what anyone would come to this for. It's not really a tutorial I imagine other people doing, but I do hope it's kind of an interesting way to take a look at, you know, making things more creatively and kind of thinking outside the box when it comes to, you know, recreating shapes in prop format. So if this is something you do, or if you, I don't know, ever wanted to stipple something to make it look like cast iron, I guess. But yeah, that's really all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye.